Have you ever stepped into a Chinese buffet, eyes wide at all those steaming trays, only to wonder if the cheap price might come back to bite you later? You know, that moment when the excitement fades and you're left staring at your plate, thinking about what might be hiding in the food? Well, that's a feeling a lot of us have had, and today we're going to talk about it straight up. Chinese buffets can seem like a great deal, endless food for not much money, but not all of them are worth the risk. Some leave you feeling full but unhappy, while a couple actually get it right and make the meal enjoyable. Before we get into the details, let's think about why these places matter. For many people, a buffet is a quick way to feed the family or grab lunch without breaking the bank. Prices usually sit between $12 and $20, depending on the spot and time of day. But what you save in cash, you might pay in other ways, like with food that sits out too long or ingredients that aren't fresh. Over the years, these buffets have become a common sight in towns across the country, offering dishes like fried rice, egg rolls, and General Tso's chicken. The idea is simple. Pay once, eat as much as you want. Yet, as more places pop up, the quality can slip. Cooks might rush things, trays might not get refilled fast enough, and before you know it, the food turns soggy or bland. That's the context here. We're looking at real experiences from diners who have tried these spots. Based on what people say and what shows up in reviews, some buffets cut too many corners, while others keep things fresh and tasty. So, if you're tired of gambling with your meal, stick around. We'll cover the ones to skip and reveal the two that stand out for all the right reasons. Let's start with one that's often a local go-to but ends up disappointing more than it delivers. Take Dragon Buffet, for example. You pull up to the parking lot on a busy evening, and from outside, it looks promising. The sign glows, promising all you can eat, for around $12 to $15. You step inside, and the place is buzzing with activity. Families chatting, kids running back to the line for more. The air fills with the smell of soy sauce and fried food, and you grab a plate, ready to load up. At first, everything seems fine. You spot the fried rice, piled high and steaming next to egg rolls that look golden and crisp. Then there's the General Tso's chicken, shiny under the lights, calling your name. You think to yourself, this could be a good night. But then you sit down and take that first bite. The fried rice sticks together in clumps, slick with oil that pools at the bottom of your plate. It makes you thirsty right away, reaching for your drink to wash it down. Next, you try the beef and broccoli. The beef chews like rubber, tough, and without much taste, as if it sat in plain water instead of a flavorful marinade. The broccoli, which should be bright green and snappy, comes out dull and soft, like it's been overcooked for hours. Carrots taste soaked in too much soy, losing their natural sweetness. It's all about the texture here. Good Chinese food mixes crisp veggies with soft meats and rich sauces. But at Dragon Buffet, everything feels off. The veggies turn mushy, the meats get gristly, and sauces don't pack the punch they should. Even the sweet and sour chicken drowns in a sauce that's mostly sugar, sticking to your mouth long after you've swallowed. And don't get started on the sushi bar. They make a big deal about it, but the rolls come out with rice that's either too tight or falling apart, filled with fake crab that tastes like salty paper. The wasabi lacks kick, the ginger seems wilted, and any real fish feels like it's been frozen and thawed too many times. Some people pile it on anyway, but most give up after one try. Still, Dragon Buffet stays busy because it offers so much food. It tricks you into thinking quantity means quality. You leave stuffed, sure, but not really content. There's a difference between filling your stomach and enjoying what you eat. And this place focuses on the first part while ignoring the second. What if they changed things? Cut the menu down, use fresher stuff, and teach the cooks to stir-fry properly instead of just steaming everything. That might help. But right now, it's a reminder that having more options doesn't always lead to a better meal. So, have you ever loaded up at a buffet like this, only to push your plate away halfway through? Now, let's move on to Grand China Buffet, a spot that catches your eye with its massive setup. You drive by and see the huge building, complete with fancy lights hanging from the ceiling and tables stretching out forever. It gives off this vibe like you're entering a grand hall, especially on weekends when families fill the place and kids dash around with overflowing plates. The energy pulls you in, making you feel like a big feast is about to happen. They have all the usual items: sesame chicken, lo mein, fried rice, dumplings, and egg rolls, spread out in shining trays. You pay maybe $13 to $18 and think, this is going to be worth it. But as you settle in and start eating, the problems show up. The sesame chicken arrives lukewarm, with sauce that's thick and sticky instead of light and shiny. Dumplings feel soft and cling to your teeth, not your utensils. The fried rice tastes basic, like plain rice, with a splash of soy and nothing else to give it life. The issue boils down to how long the food sits there. In a place this large, unless it's super crowded, trays don't get swapped out quickly. You end up with General Tso's chicken that might have been from earlier in the day, tasting stale. Soups suffer too. The wonton soup turns into salty liquid, with doughy bits floating around, instead of a clear broth with tender wrappers. As for desserts, they offer a lot: cakes, cookies, puddings, and a soft serve machine. But the cakes seem like they came straight from a cheap freezer, overly sweet and hard on your teeth. The ice cream often melts too fast or comes out thin. People come here because it feels like a special outing and the price lets you linger. Yet, you're really paying for the show, not the taste. You might hear parents say, at least the kids enjoyed it, while wishing they'd chosen takeout from a smaller place nearby. To fix it, they could use smaller trays, refill more often, and cook meats in smaller amounts. Fresh veggies would help too. Until then, it's like eating yesterday's meal dressed up as something new. Do you believe larger buffets always win? Or do spots with fewer choices often taste better? Shifting to King Buffet, this one used to be a reliable choice for many. Picture a Friday night years ago. The sign lights up the street, drawing in families for what felt like a fun tradition. The inside hummed with people, trays glowing with comfort foods like orange chicken and noodles. Prices stayed low, around $12 to $16, making it seem like a smart pick. But lately, things have slipped. You go in now, grab a plate, and the first taste gives it away. Orange chicken shows up soggy, coated in a syrupy sauce that's more sweet than zesty. Noodles clump up, greasy, and hard to separate. Beef and broccoli turns mushy, with chewy meat that lacks flavor. The sushi rolls are small and bland, more like padding than a real dish. Grease is the big culprit here. It coats everything. Egg rolls drip when you lift them. Chicken wings shine in a way that's off-putting, and even veggies feel weighed down. It's cheap to use, but it can't replace proper spices. The place itself feels quieter now, with trays sometimes left open and service not as sharp. It echoes empty instead of lively. For a bit more cash, you could sit down at a regular Chinese eatery and get something made fresh. King Buffet reminds us that low cost doesn't always mean good times. If you're feeling nostalgic, you might try it again, hoping for the old days. But usually, it confirms the drop in quality. Is it smarter to hold on to good memories or risk trying an old favorite and ending up let down? Let's talk about China King Buffet next. A common sight in most areas with its red sign shouting, "All you can eat." It draws crowds after games or for quick lunches, always looking packed from the road. You pay $12 to $15, grab a tray, and start filling it with classics. But soon, the shortcuts become clear. The crab rangoon looks crisp outside, but inside it's mostly cream cheese, thick and heavy, with barely any crab flavor. It's like eating a sweet treat, pretending to be savory. This issue runs through everything. Fried rice lacks color, and that smoky touch from proper cooking. Lo mein goes soft and mushy. General Tso's chicken hits too sweet without the heat. Beef and broccoli features gray, overdone veggies that seem defeated. Trays sit out too long, so by evening, it's like lunch leftovers. Spring rolls lose snap, wings dry up, sauces thicken under lamps. A buffet should feel like a treat, but here it's more like settling for less. The sushi tries hard but falls short, with rice-backed rolls and little else, often bland. Most diners sample one and move on. It's a false deal. You eat a lot but don't enjoy it. For those on tight budgets, it's tough because you expect a decent meal. To improve, they'd need to cook smaller batches and cut back on shortcuts. Right now, it's there but doesn't deliver. Have you kept going back to a place just because it's easy, even knowing the food might disappoint? Continuing with Hibachi Grill and Supreme Buffet, this one stands out at first with its size and central grill station. You walk in, see colorful signs and long lines of food, plus the hibachi area where you build your bowl noodles, veggies, chicken, or shrimp, and watch the cook sizzle it up. It costs $13 to $18, and the show pulls you in, but the taste doesn't match. The hibachi ends up mostly soy and oil, with overcooked veggies turning soft, rubbery shrimp, and drenched noodles hiding plain flavors. The grill performance is entertaining, but the result lacks depth. Other areas aren't better. Fried rice is basic, chicken wings seem warmed over, dumplings have thick chewy skins. Soups feel dense with wontons, more wrapper than inside. Desserts include cookies and puddings, but they taste factory-made. Ice cream thin, fruit old. Despite the name, nothing feels top-notch. Families like the variety and cost, kids enjoy picking, but it's not memorable. To fix, the hibachi needs better seasoning, living up to the excitement. For now, it shows that a good show can't save bad taste. Would you pick food cooked in front of you if it's not great? Or go for something simple, but done right from the back? Empire Buffet catches attention from the street with neon and a crown logo, making you feel like royalty awaits. Inside it's big, with gold touches and trays set like a banquet. You pay $15 to $20, expecting something special. But bites reveal the truth. General Tso's chicken is soft, in sauce-like syrup. Lo mein greases up, clumping. Beef and broccoli is thin and dull, veggies gray. Egg rolls hold mushy filling without much taste. Soups are thin, hot, and sour. Fried rice misses seasoning and char. The sushi is name only, with dry rice and fake crab wasabi off, ginger soft. Desserts disappoint. Frozen cakes, sweet pudding, airy ice cream. It looks fancy, but lacks heart. For the price, a smaller spot might offer more. It's all flash, no substance. Have you been tricked by a place's looks, only to find the food fall short? Before the positives, Super China Buffet promises a lot with its name. You expect standout food, but it doesn't deliver. Fried rice is pale and sticky, without veggies or egg. Noodles are limp and flavorless. General Tso's is sugary, sauce-heavy. Veggies across dishes are soft and dull. Sushi is rice-heavy with brown avocado and falling-apart rolls. Desserts are watery pudding, burned cakes, old fruit. At $12 to $15, it lures you, but satisfaction slips away. Size wins, but not quality. Have you fallen for a name that hyped things up but let you down? On a better note, Golden Corral's Asian section surprises in a good way. It's not just Chinese, but walk past the American favorites and find trays of sesame chicken, beef and broccoli, lo mein, and fried rice that look inviting. The sesame chicken crisps up nicely, sauce balanced. Beef and broccoli has tender meat, crunchy veggies. Fried rice is fluffy with bits of egg and produce. Lo mein stays glossy, not sticky. High traffic means quick refills, keeping things fresh. Sushi is basic egg rolls sometimes. Okay, but overall, reliable compared to others. For $15 to $20, you get the whole buffet, so value shines. It's consistent comfort. Have you visited for one dish, but loved another instead? Finally, Mandarin Buffet and Grill shines bright. Smaller trays mean frequent swaps. Veggies vibrant, meat soft. Dumplings have thin skins, fresh fillings. The stir-fry station lets you choose, cooked with skill, sizzling, and seasoned well. Sushi holds together, balanced. Hot items like sesame chicken and Mongolian beef pack flavor, sauces, right? Veggies keep snap, not sugary. Desserts include fresh fruit, good cakes, creamy ice cream. At $16 to $20, it's quality over quantity. It shows buffets can be done right. Wrapping up, we've covered the ups and downs of these buffets. Some promise big but fall flat, while Golden Corral's Asian part and Mandarin Buffet and Grill deliver freshness and taste. Next time, choose wisely to avoid regrets. If this helped, like the video and subscribe to our channel for more tips. Thanks for watching.